So today we're just going to have a little chat about a different form of a relic hunt: bottle digging, dump digging and privy digging. People always ask, where can you find such sites? Well, almost anywhere. So old abandoned buildings, they're always worth checking, as you never know. Everywhere that people lived or worked would have had rubbish, and at one time that was all sent to landfill before it was incinerated, and it's still used as landfill now here in the UK. And next to canals and rivers, old railway lines with woods at the side. Near sewage works, that's always a good place to look. Generally the rubbish did smell and did produce methane, so that would have to be out of town or city or even village. Old farms, they always had their own dump. Down hillsides out of town, near old colliery mining sites, they always had a dump for the workers. Just trying to think where else. Sometimes fields with trees in the middle, very much like this area here behind me. Land would be quite valuable, so if you see a patch of trees in the middle, it's most likely it's holding a dump of some sort from some time, as the farmers would not want that waste in amongst crop fields or animals. So there are a few places that you can try. Old quarries, sometimes those were backfilled with waste. Old abandoned areas that have now been taken over. So I've seen dumps in gardens even before. Old streams, often boundaries to land, and often rubbish was tipped in them. Also metal, so some of those can be good for magnet fishing and metal detecting as well. And orchards as well, those that got abandoned, always you find waste and rubbish that's been tipped there over the years, mainly from the people that used to be picking out of the orchard at the time. Big stately homes, places like that, they always had tips. There's a little start for you. Just as you walk in, you've got these very nice early mill building ruins, and got another entry into the area there, and a ruined cottage just over there, which I'll show you in a moment. This would have been an old mill or smelting works. Around this area you're looking at lead production, and this building is likely to date to the early 1800s. And if we just go up here, we can see it would have been 2 stories high. You can see we have one back room here, which I assume would have been a storage facility, or where some grind tools would have been. And then we've got a second room just there, with the remains of a very small room there. And if you look just here, just there, that's where another door would have been into this room that went over that way. And then a nice exterior wall around it. And then you've got the remains of where a worker's cottage used to be. You can just see it's a very small cottage. Remains, the green moss covered rock is the boundary, and that's the back wall. And you can see there's an old gate hanger there. And then at the back you've got this wall comes round and into another part of the building. So when it comes to dump sites, you've got to be very careful, simply because there is a lot of broken glass. There's bricks, there's stone, there's rubble, there's broken pottery. You name it, if it got dumped, it's likely it's on a dump site. The later sites, you've even got to think about things like building materials. Unfortunately, you do get the hidden dangers, sharp metal, roofing material, of which some of that can be asbestos. So always make sure that you have plenty of space, and if needs be, always wear a mask and gloves when you dig in. Good strong boots. Just be careful, really. Keep checking where you are, and if you're out in adverse weather, always make sure to know what the ground is like, because areas can become boggy, slippery with the mud, things like that. Always make sure that you've got plenty of space to get out a hole or work in if you're in one, in case of landslides, which, yeah, it happens often. And if you're on your own, it can be a problem, but just make sure you know full well what can and would happen if that land was to slide. Well sites can be backfilled with rubbish. I'm going to be exploring another bottle dump, quite overgrown, but the signs of evidence, so I'll have a look there. And I've just picked up a broken cod bottle, and these used to have a marble inside, and they used to be smashed on the top there to get the marble out. So a few wine bottles, saucers, jars, pickle jars and plain saucers, some screw caps, 1920s, 30s. That's all I've had out of that so far. So I'm going to do a bit more. So as you can see, nettles and brambles, hawthorn and elder trees, they're always a good indicator that you might be near a dump. Beautiful little mushrooms on the dead wood, always nice to see. Ivy on trees, again a sign of abandonment. And I've just spotted an old milk bottle down there. There we go. So on sites like this, you do have to be careful it's just wandering around. Broken pottery, glass, there's old holes, places that you can fall, and then there's the entanglements as well. So if you have been digging or to a tip or anything, always try your best to leave an area better than you found it in, and anything that you're not taking back with you, bury it deep so no animals can get harmed or injured, or nobody else that happens to go to the site at a later date. Always put the soil back as much as you can, and it just keeps it nice and safe, nice and clean. So as I was saying about streams for possible dumps, I've just come across this one, and you can see shards of pottery, bits of glass, bits of bottle in there. You can't really see what's on the bottom too much, but a good technique for this would be to have a glass bottomed bucket and literally just keep looking what's in there, for wading in Wellington boots with a magnet. So here we've got an old footpath made out of stone, and this is typically what the area of Derbyshire and Yorkshire is like, and this would have had, over its time, hundreds of people walking up and down here just to go to work, for easier access to other areas, and it's all been hand built, and that's a couple of 100 years old as well. I hope you enjoyed the video and seen the finds. Don't forget to like and comment, and subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thanks for watching everyone, stay safe and well, and bye for now.